Well, boys, today's a sad day. We're selling the gold mine. I know. I can't believe we're selling it already, but the thing is, we have a better opportunity and we got a really good offer on this gold mine. We weren't really looking to sell, but someone came by and gave us a pretty good offer. He's another miner that's pretty close to this area, and he's going to buy everything we got for $750,000, which is too hard to pass up. We just can't do it. We're gonna take that money and reinvest. We're not done mining. We're just done on this claim. Well, just like that, the deal is finalized. We have the money, and I just found us an excavator. It's a bit bigger, and I think it's gonna work perfect on our new gold mine. It's kind of a surreal moment leaving that gold mine behind, but with that money, we can do everything right this time. Like, we actually got a kind of newer excavator. It's a 490 Komatsu. We got a rock truck that's pretty much the same one we had before, just a couple years older than that one. And we got a wheel loader coming within the next couple hours, and we have a wash plant. Now, the wash plant's way bigger than the one we had before. We're going to run a lot more yards through this plant, which is going to help us out big time because it's actually pretty late in the season. Because where we started at that other mine and now we're at this one, we're a bit behind. But this is the site. On the left is an old place that's been mined out before, and that's where we're going to end up putting our wash plant. Just because we know there's no gold in that area, and it's close to the river, and we're able to kind of make a trench down to the river for our reject water. There was only one problem with this location. We're so high up from the river, so we had to get a better pump. We're after spending $400,000 so far, but I got a buddy coming up from RJ Drilling. He's going to give us some samples. Now, I'm only getting 4 to 5 just because it costs $3,000 per hole. So we don't have that much money to just randomly test, and we're just going to try the basic areas, and hopefully we can get a rough idea of the vein. Well, I just got the call, and our rock truck is ready at the dealer, so I'm going to haul this 490 off the trailer, and we're going to send this down to go pick up the rock truck. I'm just going to take my time. It's a bit sketchy getting off this trailer. Okay, we got it. We're just going to have to lift it. Oh, there goes the trailer. Okay, we're just going to have to send it. Now, I'm going to use the excavator later on because I do think we can do a couple more samples without the drill, but I just want to get the basic areas for the drill pattern. Well, I thought my buddy was going to operate the drill, but he just dropped it off for us to use, and he gave us a crash course, so we got the basics of how to use it. I'm going to go down probably until I see a change in material, and we're going to run a pan, and hopefully we can see some colors and a lot of colors to indicate if this area is good enough to start. Because we're looking for an area that's going to give us quick money because we're so late in the season. It's already September, and we're not going to get much more this season, so we need to get enough to come back next year. Well, we're on the second drill hole, and I'm going to call this area the humpback because there's a big hump just in the middle, and it's not very high. And I don't know if this is going to be the best area of mine, but we're going to do a sample anyway. Well, we're on number 3, and we're closer to the end of the humpback, and this is where it begins to go up a hill. I don't think we're going to go up the hill because there's about 30 feet of overburden by the looks of it, and we don't have time to do that, and we don't have the equipment to do that because we're pretty late in the season. We're on drill number 4, and last couple, we only had to go down about 6 feet to hit a different color. Well, it's time for the moment of truth to see if we're going to get any colors. So we're going to test these drill holes we did. We're going to pan everything out. I'm looking for at least 12 colors to make this a viable spot to start because we got to find a spot that's going to give us money pretty quick because we're late in the season. Well, I'm only seeing about 8 different colors, which is not that good. So we're going to check out the other locations. Now, I didn't think this area would be that good just for the fact that we're higher up. Now, this is the first one we drilled, and I'm hoping this one here is the best one just because we're so close to where the wash plant's going to be. There's not much we got to move to get to the pay layer, but we're looking for 12 colors. If we can get that, we can mine here. So let's get the panning. It looks pretty promising, but okay, I see gold, but I don't see a lot. I'm seeing 9 different colors. We're getting there, but we're still not close enough to mine this location yet. Now, the drill samples gave us a good guideline for the humpback, but it's not enough gold. So I'm going to go grab the excavator. There's a spot I want to check out at the bottom of the valley. I think that's going to be our get rich cut. Hopefully we can get over there and actually get some good gold. So I'm going to go over there and just check out what area I want to do. I'm thinking where the valley comes down and meets, because I think this used to be an old riverbed. I'm praying it was, just so we can get gold quick. It's a bit further back in the cut, and that's why we need a rock truck, because we're pretty far away now. But I'm halfway to where I wanted to go for the cut, and I'm going to do a little sample here, because if we can get enough gold here, I will start the cut back here just so we can get money. So we're going to pan it, and hopefully we can get enough colors to actually make some money. I'm going to go a bit deeper here, because where we got the excavator, I'm able to actually go down deeper, and I wasn't too familiar with the drill, so I didn't really try to go down lower. But I think I'm down far enough. We're about 8 feet down. So I'm going to scratch a bit up, and we're going to pan it, and hopefully there's a bit more color. The material is a bit different, like there's more gravel into it, so I'm hoping we're going to get a good sample. Okay, we ended up with 11 colors this time. We're getting there, but it's not enough yet. But it's showing us this claim is pretty consistent on the lower end. I'm finally at the end of the cut where I want to start. I think this is going to be the best spot just because it looks like this is where the riverbed used to come down and meet the valley. So hopefully we're right. This will be our get rich claim if it is. But we're just going to put up enough so we can get a good sample. Now for the moment of truth, we're going to pan this, and we're actually going to pan it from the actual cut instead of what we were doing last time. Okay, I think this is where we're going to start. We ended up with 16 different colors. Well, if this pan is correct and this area is all like this will be the get rich cut. Well, I just got a call from the truck driver. Our rock truck is here. We're going to go unload it for him so he can go back and grab the parts for our wash plant. Well, that's a familiar look. It looks just the same as the one we had before, but there's a lot more dirt on it. But we gotta get this unloaded. I know one thing for sure, this trailer is so sketchy to get equipment off. But we're gonna have to fill in this ditch later on, because it's gonna be pretty hard to go over in the rock truck every day with material on. So we're gonna try to fill it in and build a road. Well, the truck driver's been here and he dropped off our loader while we're in back of the claim trying to fix it up with the rock truck and excavator. But this wheel loader, it's seen better days, but we got it for a good price. I only paid $10,000 for this wheel loader, but I had to buy a bucket because there wasn't one on it. So it ended up being $25,000 by the time we got everything said and done. But will this hurt us later on buying such a cheap loader? I hope not. I'm just trying to save a bit of money, and this loader is only going to be used at the wash plant. Well, we finally get the wash plant set up. It took a bit longer than I wanted it to, but we got, ow, it actually really hurt. I should probably put a road in so I don't go through the windshield. But anyway, we got the wash plant in place. But it took a while because I had to flatten out the area a bit more, and I think we got it in the best spot where we're able to put a stockpile in here of material without blocking everything off. Now we upgraded the pump from this wash plant and the generator. We got something with a bit more power because we gotta grab the water from the river, and the river is very far down. We got a trench made to go down with our water that we use from the wash plant, and by the time it gets to the river, it should be pretty clean. But we ended up digging it down a nice bit. It was a lot of work. Everything's set up. Everything's ready to go. We got the belt over here for our tailings. Everything looks perfect, but we gotta bring some material over so we can actually test the wash plant. I've been looking to hire a couple people, but we're so late in the season. It's so hard to find workers on gold mines up here at this late of the season, so I guess it's just gonna be me for a little bit. But I'm gonna try to truck material over. I should have put the road in, but I really want to try this wash plant before the days are over and we got to head back to our camp. Right now, we don't have a place right next to the mine. We got to build one and we're going to have to do it pretty quick. We're trying to get a fuel delivery every week, probably Fridays. That's what we're aiming for, but we're still working out the details with the company. Now, I got to try to work out something right here because we either got to build a ramp because we're going to be trying to feed it with the loader, and I don't know if I'm going to use the material right here or we're going to try to get some reject and build a nice ramp. But I'm just trying to get it trucked over for now. It is pretty far away from the wash plant, but it's the richest gold we got on the claim so far. I really got to try to find a rock truck driver, but like I said, it's impossible to find anybody at this time. We're going to need about 500 ounces just to come back next year because we need to be able to pay for all the bills during the winter, and there's a royalty we got to pay for the mine site. We guaranteed at least 100 ounces for him, so we need 100 for him and 400 to pay the bills until we can come back next year. We still got a good couple hours of hauling pay for the rest of the day, and after that I'm gonna make a couple phone calls because we got to try to get some material brought up by tomorrow so we can actually build a spot to live. We're going to need a camp that's good enough for at least 10 people. I don't know if I'm going to go with a bunkhouse or we're going to try to build a cabin for now and build a couple more later on, or we're just going to get some trailers. We're not really sure yet. Well, I do know one thing. We do need to get a cleanup this week, so we got to keep trucking pay. There's going to be a lot of long hours, a lot of long days, but we're going to do what we can. We got to bring all the material we can over here, and we're going to have to run it by ourselves. So the more material we got over here, the longer we can run without having to go back and switch back and forth. I just got off the phone with the mining agency and our permits were approved for taking water from the river, so that's a positive. But we forgot to sign a couple of things, so he's going to bring all the papers up. We got to sign in a couple of days, which is good for us because it won't be a surprise. We're going to know when he's coming. So we're going to make sure everything is up to code, everything is up and running, and we don't get a fine because we can't really afford a fine or the downtime. I've been hauling pay for a couple hours and we don't even have enough to run for like 20 minutes. And that's crazy. Like our other plant, we could run all day with this amount. But I'm going to grab the loader and I'm going to try to smooth it out a bit. It's getting a bit hard to back up on. I think I'm just going to make like a temporary ramp for now because we're only going to be testing it if we can get enough material brought over. But later on, we're actually going to have to build a better kind of ramp. We need a ramp over here because we're not going to have the excavator staying over here. So we can't really feed it that way. So we need a ramp for the loader because we can't reach. Back to hauling pay. This is going to be a long day. It's going to be a long season because if we can't find any more workers and we got to do all of this ourselves, we're going to be pretty tired. I was able to get a hold of somebody and we're going to have our first fuel delivery tomorrow, which is going to be good because our wash plant doesn't have any right now and we can't really test until we get some fuel. But we're going to have to try to get some sort of tank up here because we're going to need a backup supply just in case the truck can't get up. We got to try to clean up this area a bit more. We got to try to get the grubbing, everything out of the way. I didn't really do a good job yet. I only did the bare minimum, but we're going to have to do something just to make the road better, and we don't want to put sticks through our wash plant. It might clog something up and we might lose gold, and we don't want that. That's the last thing we want when we're trying to gold mine. Oh, this is a busy day. I can't wait to get this day over with just for the fact that we did so much. We found a gold mine. We set up a wash plant. We brought all of our equipment up. We started a road. But there's still a lot more that needs to be done before we can actually run our gold mine. But I'm done hauling pay. I think we should just go back to the campsite and see if we can figure out a couple more odds and ends for our gold mine. There's still a lot we gotta figure out. We need a couple extra parts for our excavator, our rock truck, and our wash plant. Just because it's so late in the season, it might take a while to get here. So I'm going to order that right now. And our tent is pretty far away. We put it on the back side of the property, but we do have to make a couple phone calls and see if we can actually get some sort of camp brought up So this is it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next. Subscribe.